What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? It's Chris from the Anomalies channel. Alright guys, I got another cool one for you today. This one's from, I believe it's Sol 968. And I believe they just put 970 up there this morning, or mid-morning. So, this one's pretty interesting. What you think you see is not at all what you see. But let me just take a second out there. I want to show you that on my other channel, just Chris M., I just put up another video. It's called 3 Simple Options for Preparing for Power Outages. And that's exactly what it is, 3 simple little options. Unfortunately, I wasn't too used to the camera. In other words, how much it would actually autofocus or anything. So there's a couple parts that's really blurry. I'm trying to bring my phone up to the actual camera, and it's blurry. But nevertheless, the message gets still conveyed. So when you guys get a chance, go on to my Chris M, and you'll see it there. What I'm going to try to do is put like miscellaneous things on this channel. Could be anything from Moon, Mars, these types of things. It could be anything to do with cars. It could be anything. So yeah, check that out. If you guys got like something you'd like to see, or some kind of a topic you'd like to share on this particular channel, just let me know. So yeah, when you guys get a chance, check it out. All right, let me jump into this. This is pretty cool. Again, this is 968. And if you go to, just scroll down just a hair, and go to the rare hazard avoidance cams, I usually go to B because it has the better resolution. But, so let me drag it from this other screen here. Okay. This is the picture you get. Now, before you do a thing to this picture, this is what kind of puzzled me. Couple things. One thing I saw off the bat, there is something that's been ghosted out. Well, several things have been ghosted out. But the one thing that really stuck out for me is the actual width of the wheel marks on the ground. Now, these are pretty wide, these wheels. You can see this on the bottom. I mean, it's hard to see the whole width of the wheel. But you can see it from here. Here's the bottom edge. And it's all the way to this side. See the other edge is on this side right there? Okay, and then it goes to this side here. Pretty wide. This pretty much echoes that. Okay, why is the one on the right so thin? Did they like ride on half a wheel? I mean, what the hell happened there? The other thing that it puzzled me was this here. These things have been ghosted out. Okay? Don't know what that is. Almost looks like some kind of bird skull or something like that. And you'll see that a little bit better in a second, because once I get to the Photoshop, you're going to see this. Okay. Now, when you jump up to this part here, this is I'll tell you why. Again, right off the bat, I question both the left and the right wheel marks, but it gets more bizarre. As you go forward, it looks like it kind of goes down a slope, and then you can see the wheel marks going over to here, and maybe up and over this mountain, or this little ridge. How is that possible? They're making it look like it's a small ridge. Like, it's not much there. I mean, how would this thing, unless it just stopped, but it kind of looks like it kind of might go over it, and even if it stopped, I don't see that it turned around anywhere. I mean, if they made it come back just absolutely perfect in its own spot, I guess that's pretty good. But it still doesn't jive. I mean, you guys can tell me how you feel about this. But what's really crazy, this is all completely from here to here. All the way from left to right is complete garbage. It's completely taken out. Information's been taken out of this picture. And I'm going to show you what I found. Now, again, guys, I don't know about all these other guys that do these videos, but this is what's crazy. When you start to enhance this, you have no idea what you're going to drag out of this. And what you end up doing is, all of this is like I'm going to use the term airbrush, because I'm not exactly sure what the technique it is that they use. But let's call it, like I said, airbrush for lack of a better word. What happens is, whatever's here, it's lightly put on, because you can't go too solid, because you blatantly see that. It'll be like just a real dark, smooth area, because you've really went to town on the airbrush. So what you will see, because this is semi-transparent, but what they do is they take information out of these photos, and then they put like their CGI or whatever effects into these things, and that's what you end up getting. Now, if you looked at this picture, you'd think, none the wiser, no big deal. Well, I'm going to tell you what, there's a bunch of things all over this picture, all over it. Now, you won't see anything of any value, meaning a whole something or other. A lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but once in a while I'll get somebody say, hey, how come we don't see these crystal clear pictures of whatever these are? It's usually real blurry, or, well, the blurriness is from trying to get the smoothness and get any kind of compression marks or anything like that out of the picture. So yeah, you will have a bit of a blur. And then what I'll try to do is sharpen it so you can get the idea of what it is I'm trying to convey. So When you look at, again, from left to right, it kind of looks natural, but again, question these wheel marks. Why do they look that way? Why is it that these look like here and they stop? And if it backed up, if they did it perfectly, I'm here to tell you they're not. They're not the wheel marks. They are fake. They couldn't be more fake. What happened here in this pod? Did they like drag a wheel all of a sudden and then all of a sudden continue on? No. It's complete BS, and I'm going to show you that right now. Let's jump into here. Okay, same picture, of course, and you guys will get the link on the bottom. You know that. You don't have to go searching for it. In fact, I'll do this here. Again, once you've clicked on it, well, not that, but once you've clicked on this, you'll see it right here, 968, so on and so forth. Here's the whole the address to it. But again, you'll get the link in the mail. In the mail, I'll be right. Just put that on that side. Okay. You'll have it in the description as always. Just look in the bottom, and you guys will get that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to... I got rid of a bunch of steps here. You can see I've got quite a bit here, and you can see there's a few of them I've gotten rid of. I want to address this little thing first. This was just bizarre. I'm going to go ahead and enhance it, but you notice how the rocks, even though they're grainy and kind of pixelated, you can see the rocks pretty well. At least what look like rocks. These, why do they look like that? Whatever they ran over, it looks like it didn't push whatever this is down. Now watch this. I don't know what that is, or they are, meaning multiple things. I'm not sure, but you can see like these marks here, like these pieces here going back and forth. I don't know if this has been manipulated here, meaning they tried to change whatever this was laying in the ground into something that it's not. In other words, they gave it a different shape of it and then just ghosted out the best they could to make it look like that. So I don't know. I mean, you guys can give me a take on that, but whatever this is, you can see where it clearly ran over it, and I don't know if it pushed it into the ground, but you can see where it caved in. I don't know. But it looks like it kind of goes straight and then kind of sinks into, like, angles into the ground, a smooth angle into the ground. I don't know, guys. I thought that was really bizarre right off the bat. Pretty neat stuff. Now, this is... I'm going to just jump it. I'm not going to go to 100 different steps here. I'm going to show you guys what I found. Again, I believe these wheel marks are absolute crap, and I'm going to show you that right now. Why I believe that. Right there. Now, to me, I was like, oh my God, there's so many things that are shapes. Now, again, you can't see anything of super real value, but I'll show you what I did find. And you guys can look at this now, and you can tell. In fact, I'm going to go over here to the right a little bit. I mean, just things right here. Look at this. Coming over to here. Boom. Going underneath. This has been messed with. You can see there's something under there, and they went over this with whatever they're manipulating these things and trying to cover these things up. But you can see this white, whatever this is, going over, and it looks like it just goes up and you don't see it anymore. Check this thing out. There's something right here. I'm not sure what this is, and you'll see this a little bit better because I do this two ways. I go about it in just the... I'll show you real quickly. If you go into your regular image, go to your adjustments, go all the way down, equalization, and then what I used was brightness and contrasting techniques. And this is the first, so this is the first step I took, and you can see that right here, there's a few of them. And then these from here on, down, from the 17 down to the 26, I use nothing but contrasting, hold on a second. Let me shut this phone down. I can just see it flashing and it's distracting me. But you have the, the brightness and the contrast. So I've used that plus other tools. So now, again, let me show you what I've got here. You can see what looks like something's here, something running parallel with it. Something looks like a pipe or something sticking right here, going into the back. This looks like some kind of a structure right here. Let me go in just a hair bit more. And you can see what has an arch. And then it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things going down, but it goes back. But there's something laying right here. I don't know what that is. And you'll see it, like I said, you can see something like right here. It looks like you can see where they put this square piece and kind of decorate it to make it look like just throw something over it. But there's something laying right here. See how nice and smooth and round that is right there on this end? Has this, looks like a darker circle, and then it almost looks completely straight on the bottom. You've got some opening, and then you get this blotch of crap over it. Now, you can see these things also, these long pipes, lines, whatever the heck they are, going into this mess over here. There's something right here that's like completely flat, and then it circles around like on the side. See it? It's got this nice, like rounded side to it right there. This also is something else. I don't know what this is either. I don't know what these things are. So again, that kind of word pareidolia goes out the window because I'm not claiming to know what these things are. I am claiming, however, there's something else here that have shapes that should not be here. And you can see that from the normal to just this one step. Again, it looks like something's completely square there, comes down, but this has an archway. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see 6 things going into this. There's also pieces and whatever these things are in the background. There's something laying right here. There's like several things, like 1, 2, 3, laying on the side of each other all along here. But there's something else right here. I think, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, this is the foreground, and it made it look like it went down, and then you can see these other wheel marks right here. There's 1, 2. It's not. What this is this rover is not far from whatever this pile of stuff is laying right here. So I couldn't tell you how big these things are because they're screwing with your depth perception. So, okay. So what I try to do is throw a little slight sharpness into it just to see what we can find. Okay, not a whole lot of difference. Let me see here. Try to go a little bit darker, try to bring out these different lines. And I don't know what these are. Pipes, parts of structures. I don't know what these are. But you can see whatever the hell this is. And there's something inside this one. Where's that other piece too? I want to show you this. Yeah, these here, right here. There's something sticking out right there that's white. And they really went out of their way. You can see something going like this. And you'll see this in a second. Now, what I do is I try to pop out the darker areas and try to give you more. See how there's like this 1, 2, 3 here on the left. There's something in here. And again, I'm going to show you this in a minute. This foreground actually goes into the background. So in other words, this is no valley and then goes up a hill. That's not going to happen. Again, they're just messing with your perception. Okay, let's jump into the other way here. And you're going to see these right here in the middle and the back. They're going to change a little bit, but watch this. Okay. Again, you can see it a little bit. It's got that archway and not so defined here, but still has that kind of square kind of thing going on. And whatever again, this is right here. I don't know what that is, but what's weird is it looks like it has this weird opening, almost like an inlet, an intake to like a jet engine. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying I'm trying to give you the idea of what it would look like in the front of a jet engine, like a fighter jet or something to that effect. Let me see here. Okay. Oops. Let's do it this way. It'd be easier. Okay. So, again, I've got this weird object laying right here. It has this weird circle, and it looks like it's straight at the bottom. It's got this kind of rectangular dock area, this one here, and it looks like another one slight right there. But then you've got this big mess of crap over the top of it. Now, I don't know what that is, but you can see like these different weird shapes, like something with a corner right here, and then stops. It's in this middle of this junk. You don't see anything. This right here has this weird shape, almost like a bow tie with a round circle in it. Now, let me just back out just a hair bit because I want to be able to see the rest of this. You've got something right here. Let me get this dropper. Right there. And whatever it is, it's white and it's been taken out. Now, see this right here? And then it's completely fuzzed out. And again, you're not going to see anything of a super clarity because you weren't supposed to see this, period. I think this is intriguing, this piece right here. I don't know what it is about this thing. There's something clearly sitting right there and it's been completely obliterated. Like they're trying to get rid of it. I don't think this stuff is actually just remnants of something. I think this whole thing is something else. It's, in other words, it's. Let me just back it out this way so we can won't be too much of a back step. Okay. And you can see that object again right here. This one right here. These pieces here. 1, 2, something like running parallel with each other, sitting right here. How is it possible, if this stuff is laying here, that this rover could have went over them? Now, I want you to notice something else, too. There's snapshot 18. I'm going to go back to the original. Okay. Again, look at it. It almost looks like a big distance because it looks like they made like these wheel marks way at the back. They didn't. And you can see this stuff is a lot closer to this rover than it appears to be. And again, they're just trying to get rid of it. Let me see something else here. There was something else. Love the way they're using this lens here. It looks goofy. But, okay. So what I also try to do is lighten up this area back here. See this right here? It's got this weird arch type thing. Comes down. Goes over to here. Has these one. Almost looks like this opening, another opening. And again, you've got all of these weird structures or whatever these things are. Now, I blurred it up a little bit, so, and now, although it looks blurry, look from 19, so it kind of looks a grainy. Now, pay attention to this white area again right here. Now, watch this. Even though it's blurry, try to smooth it out. Something appears to be hidden there. And you can see this other thing in the back. It's a little more smoother and blurrier, but I'm trying to, is there something round right there? So, and guys, there's no way of knowing what I'm going to pull out of this, like I said earlier. There's just no way. You just open it and you just go to town on it and just see if anything pops out. If nothing does, you throw the photo aside and be done with it. But this had some weird things in it, and I don't know what they are. I clearly don't. I mean, I would love to know what the hell these things are. Now, again, I'm just trying to darken these up, different pieces, get burned through some of this other garbage, and then blur this up a little bit. But this one, I think it's this one here. This, to me, clearly shows there's different things laying all over the ground. And here's the other thing, too. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me do it this way. Right here, if you notice from this foreground in this lighter rock area, you can see things going off into the background. See that? That's how you know that this is clearly not that far away. In other words, it's right in front of this rover. And let me just back up a little bit. Let me just see what we got here. See how it looks so much further if you look at it this way? Because they give you this impression, these wheel marks. It's not. It's literally feet in front of this rover. And I don't mean like 1,000 feet. I mean like, well, the rover itself, if you figure, well, the rover, if it moved up a little bit, be up to about here. You're talking like 20, 30 feet in front of it. It's not even that far. And you can see there's a bunch of stuff laying there. Now, let's say it is further. Okay, we can go with that too because I don't know exactly how far it is from the rover. And that's the whole point, and that's exactly what they do to these. So, again, I'll just go slowly over this thing. Let me see if we can do this. Well, why don't we throw a little color in and see if we can get that to come out a little bit better. Let's go into, let me see. We'll go into the RGB color. Let's throw a little color into this, see what happens. Sometimes you can make things pop out of here. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. But, I mean, like I said, there's things here that are just laying there. So you guys tell me what you think it is. I mean, obviously we can't tell exactly what these things are, but clearly there's shapes in here that are not seen in this. Now, people can argue, well, it's nothing. Well, you can say that if you like, but why is it so complete? You can just see it. Look at the way it's blurred out all through this, like airbrush. And again, they can't make it solid because it'd actually be super smooth compared to the rest of this picture. So what do? They put things that are laying there. They put an airbrush over it to anything that may be laying there, and then they just make it look like it's a good distance away. And that's a good technique. I'll give them that. But again, you can see right here on the left-hand side, you can see what looks like this foreground goes into the background, which tells me this is not that far away. And whatever these things that are laying on the ground, to me, again, I don't know what they are, but they look like, some of these things look like they're intelligently made. These weird shapes and stuff like that, and these different pieces, some things laying around. But because there's so much airbrushing, we're only cutting through half of this. And that's sad because I'd really like to be able to get this whole thing out. But anyway, you guys tell me what you guys think. I mean, do you think it's this whole area is actually closer to the rover, or do you think it's actually a lot further? Well, again, if you look at it from this point of view, it does look like it's a bit far away. And again, look at these wheel marks. Tell me what you think about these. I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of boulders on each side of this right one that it would actually only leave like a half a pattern. It just doesn't make any sense. So, when you see this, and like I said, I'm seeing what looks like these weird, this piece here coming down. Let me just lower this. Right here. Almost like a square piece. Almost like a archway type thing. And you can see what looks like things coming off of it. Right there. And then whatever these things are. So, Give me your take on it, guys. Tell me what you think. I mean, there's clearly things here that, you know, again, they're messing with our depth perception. That's number one. And two, there's no doubt in my mind that they're messing around with these pictures. Look at it. It's completely snowed out. Look at, you can see the rocks here in the foreground, at least supposed rocks, and then absolutely smooth out like there's nothing there to see. Completely obliterated. Now here a little bit you can see, but like here's a good example. Look at this. Let me just zoom into this. This is the normal picture. Looks somewhat grainy. Looks got some detail to it. All of a sudden, completely mushed out. And you can see that thing continues, whatever it is. Of course, I didn't get the whole picture, but you can see this thing clearly continues. So, nothing there. See it? But yet, it does actually continue around. So, like I said, I mean, I'm just seeing things that look like whatever's laying here is clearly in front of this rover, and it is clearly trying to be hidden. Or they're trying to hide it, rather. It's not like it's trying to... As always, guys, give me your take on it. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I mean... Got some other cool ones coming for you, too, because I've got... Oh, man, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4... I've got like 5 different things still in Photoshop that I need to knock out. So, and that's just the ones I already got on deck. Never mind the ones that I've got coming up. So... again, visit my other channel, Chris M, and tell me if you guys there's a certain topic you want to cover or something like that that's unrelated to this, and maybe you can check it out and we can go from there. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. If I don't catch you guys before the weekend, have yourself a good weekend, and we will see you next pick.